subject to his representation. In the light of this court order and the order of the High Honorable High Court,
This order has nothing to do with that.
this order has nothing to do with that.
NEET received, as my learned friend says, because of these difficulties, they could not make the appropriate application within time. We received 15,000
appropriate application within time.
new registrations.
We received 15,000
approximately, maybe plus or minus.
new registrations, approximately, maybe plus minus.
We received 3,000 physical representations and 900 representations on
3,000
email. But the relevant figure is this.
And 900 representations
Out of
on
this
email.
new
But the relevant figure is
14,094 students.
out of this
15,094
students. I'm sorry, 15,094
those who will be getting admission in 1,08,000 are only 40.
getting admission in 1,08,000 are only 45.
65 candidates are getting less than 200. That means they are failing. 12,665 out of these.
200 marks out of
720.
out of 720.
They are failing. Out of 1,500, 12,000 are 15,000, 12,000 are failing. Just to indicate and satisfy.
Only 44 got in at
Yes, it was satisfy Lordship's conscience that this was not intended to help someone.
Right.
It was not a pro-student measure ultimately that we have received 3,000 physical representations and 900 representations on email. Let window be open for 2 days. And the figure new registration is 15,094. 15,085, not I stand corrected. Out of this 14. Oh. It's 85.
Mr. Godhra.
Yes, Lord. Lord, I don't want to spend much time on
one more aspect. There was one kind of a discrepancy which was noticed in the first half regarding the Jaipur. The chart which your lordships have seen contains where in 2003 and 2004 there was an increase. In 2003, 3% fall within, let's say, first 100, and it became 4. In Jaipur, that is Rajasthan, 2023 also 9 students were in first 100, and this time also they were in first 100. So that chart depicts cities where there is an increase this time, which is from 224, 225, rest are 110, 110, etc.
Yes, on the IIT chart, I don't want to spend much time. Just 2-3 tables I want to show, and I want to proceed because there is much better evidence on record to show a leak and a systemic.
Now, what are your submissions? Now, why did you formulate your
submission with regard to IIT chart? First was that there is a conflict of interest. 2, they have taken the data of 23,33,000 to have this bell-shaped curve and to say that it does not show any abnormality. I say 1 or 2 or 3% insertion of other candidates using unfair means can't large data.
Yes.
Third, I say the different tables they give, they are giving without declaring the result, they are giving the data only with regard to 2 to 3 cities and not the entire data for the scrutiny of the petitioners.
Yes.
The sampling they have done to suit their own. Eight and 9 at page 15, they are drawing. Let me kindly see table 8 and 9. how wrong they have gone in their analysis, they are showing a table 8 at page 15. Center-wise rank of top 500. Now, my lord, for 24 is the table 4. So, Bhatinda, they say only 5. Sikar, they say 4. Surat, they say 4. Now, my lord, they are comparing this with the data of 23.
Where you get that table?
Table 8, my lord.
Table 8.
Correct. Table 8 center-wise rank of 2024. My lord.
Yes.
So they focus on Bhatinda, Sikar and Surat, and they give the number of students. Now the next table, they are comparing the two tables to show that there is no abnormality. In the next center-wise rank of 23 of top 500, now they are comparing Rajkot with Bhatinda, Vijayawada with Sikar, Delhi with Surat. I do not know how they do it. If they are doing a comparison, center-wise rank of two different years, they have to compare apple with apple. But they say, no, we will do it like this. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the argument I am making is, they cannot take support of this IIT Madras report to say that there is no leak and there is no cheating.
No, that
and
is, that they're
the
doing
only thing
they are
is,
seeing if there is any abnormality. That's all. Whether there's a leak or not, you have to establish aliende.
Yes, the only thing is IIT Faridabad has not been able to pinpoint the red flags. They say we have not been able to find it. Everything seems to be normal. Now, Lord, may kindly see table 16 straight away, and then I don't want to waste my Lord's time on this table because that is not a clinching on either side. Just to show that the kind of inflation is there, which is shown in table 16. And they say this is normal. I say this is not normal. Lord, may kindly see page 17. Now they have given the total number of candidates for 3 years with a rank of 550 to 720. Lord, this is the marks range, 550 to 720. This table 16. 2022, in this marks range, Lord, I have done the total. The total of 2022 from marks range of 550 to 720 is 49,134. Lord, may I note it somewhere?
24.
49,134 is 2022 total candidate in the marks range of 550 to 720. For the next year, 2023, Lord, the number goes up to 64,520. If I total all the 4 categories given here.
For 2022, how much was it?
Lord, 2022, it was 49,134.
Yes.
23, Lord, this number goes up to 64,520.
And?
There is an increase of 15,000 Lord, approximately.
And 24?
And 24, this figure goes to 1,42,137. So the increase is 77,000. So the previous year, the increase was 15,000.
How many students actually appeared in 2022, 23 and 24? Total students?
Yes. Lord, there is an increase of about 1 lakh students.
2022, how many students appeared?
Lord, it is 3 lakh students. 2.95 to be precise.
2.95 lakh students.
It will be more.
And 23.
No, it must be much more.
It has to be more.
Mr. Kaushik, in 2022, how many students appeared?
Okay. Yes, Lord, I have this.
Yes, yes, total.
Total number.
1,87,000.
Yes. Lord,
1 lakh?
It is 18. No,
I have the exact figures.
Once again, 18.
I have the exact figures, Lord.
I've got the figure, correct figures. It's 18,72,343 registered.
18,72,000.
17,64,571 actually appeared.
17 lakh?
17,64,571. Yes, 22. In 24 minutes,
23?
23 registered is 20,87,462.
Yes. How many appeared?
Appeared is 20,38,596.
And 24?
24 minutes registered is 24,06,079.
And appeared?
Appeared is minutes 33,297.
So between 22 and 24, the number who registered has gone up from 18 to 24, which is about, say, 33% increase. And those who appeared increased from 17.64 to 23, again about, say, 33%, one-third increase. So as opposed to the increased number of students, about 33% increase, the number in the top echelons has gone up almost by 300%, from 50,000 to 1,40,000.
The increase, I have another.
Necessarily draw a correlation that therefore the examination is
Maybe they paid a lot also. But there is a reason given by blood as understood by
according to you, there was a reduction in the syllabus.
So they have blood IIT Madras. IIT
Disclose in their response that there was a corresponding increase which we have placed on record. There is not a whisper. And just one thing more.
There was an increase in the syllabus.
There's an increase in the syllabus. And neither the IIT Madras is talking. IIT Madras.
How do you demonstrate that there was an increase in the syllabus?
I have a document placed on record, but they can't deny it.
Show us that.
I will straight away show it. Just want to show it here. Just one thing. Increase of number of people in the examination in 2021 was 1,78,000. 22 it was 2.2 lakh increase. In 23 2.74 lakh, and 24 the increase is 2,95 lakh. So the increase is almost linear.
About 33% increase every year.
In terms of lakhs, I'm saying
it's about one-third, roughly one.
1.7 lakh, 2.2 lakh, 2.74 lakh, and now 2.95 lakh. It's almost linear.
15%.
15% at every year. Here, the jump is not fivefold. In the number of candidates falling in that category, 77,000. Previous year, the difference was 15,000.
No, but can this by itself be indicated of a leak in the question paper?
No, I would say there is a smoking gun on the blood. It's a red flag. अच्छा एक सेकंड वो डॉक्यूमेंट
How do you know that this
Lord, may kindly have my supplementary note circulated yesterday.
Your Lordship would note, even in the first
bracket, that is 700 to 720, there is a remarkable jump. In 2022, 99 students fall within.
That goes up to 2321.
And 350 in last year. That is also almost followed there.
Right.
So that keep on happening because many students cannot appear, they could not make it, they reappear in the next year. These are the dynamics.
In that marks range, 22 to 23, the increase was 15,000. 23 to 24, in the same marks range, the increase is 77,000. Mr.
You
have to have something more concrete.
That's right. I will
Just give us a
straight away coming to the
to the best part of my submission.
Well, the best part.
Yes, I am straight away coming just
Yes.
after showing that there is an increase
In this labor.
What was that?
Yes, Lord, allow me, Lord, my supplementary submission circulated yesterday.
Nice me. Yes.
This annexure A, page 7. Yes, I am straight away coming just after. Increase in the NEET UG 24 examination topic, increase in biology. Lord, this is the topic added.
Yeah. Then Lord, page 8 is the topics increase in chemistry. Lord, these are the topics added at page 8. And then Lord, page 9, topics increase in physics. Notified just 5 months before the examination. Eighteen topics, Lord, in physics, chemistry, and biology. And Lord, surprisingly, the conduct of NTA is that there is not a whisper that this syllabus is not only reduced or deleted part of it, but it is increased also. They should have come clean.
All right, you got it.
Now, let's straight away, this Honorable Court on the last date of hearing directed NTA to identify, first of all, this Honorable Court directed that how the paper was set, how it was sent to printing, then how it was sent to the centers. The chain of custody. Now, in the chain of custody, their reply is.
Now you're going to the most important
That's
point.
right, straight up.
So what is the submission now? You just formulate it.
Yes,
so we'll get it.
the submission is their own case is that the questions papers were dispatched for the respective cities on 24th of April 2024. I'm sorry, 24, no.
Overall, 24th of April 2024, the papers were dispatched through a reputed courier company, which is a private company in any case. The name has also come a lot in everywhere. And it reached the SBI and Canara Bank on 5th of May 2024. 3rd of May, I'm sorry, 3rd of May 2000. It was in rickshaw.
Now, just one clarification. They were sent to the SBI Canara branches to cities, or what happened? Where were they sent to?
They were sent to the cities.
So wherever that's the total exam, that exam was held in how many cities? 571 centers in 90. How many cities?
571 cities.
4,700.
4,750 centers.
Right. We had said that last.
Now, with regard to the interesting part now comes.
So these papers were sent to SBI and Can Bank in these 571 cities.
That's right. This is what they say in their reply.
Each of these cities had a SBI branch and a Can Bank branch.
Yes. And blood the dispatch, blood may any notice this date.
So they were dispatched on 24/4
74
and reached on 3rd May.
The receipt is 5th of May 2024. 3rd of May. 3rd of May 2024.
So the time gap is about almost 9 days.
Yes. That's right. This is what they say in their reply.
Each of these cities had a SBI branch and a Can Bank branch.
Yes.
And blood the dispatch, blood may any notice this date.
So they were dispatched on 24/4
74
and reached on 3rd May.
The receipt is 5th of May 2024. 3rd of May. 3rd of May 2024.
So the time gap is about almost 9 days.
Yes, this is one aspect. They have not divulged. Now, please,
He is referring to Patna.
I'm not referring to Patna. I'm coming to
We are not fighting.
Hazaribagh and then Patna. I'm not. That is a separate story.
Hazaribagh.
Hazaribagh.
papers were sent uniformly on the 24th of April.
I will explain, my lord, as CBI has investigated the entire chain from the printer till it is delivered to the center, and how there are checks and balances, sealing, GPS tracking. If there is any tampering, then the GPS immediately my lord, sounds alert that there is at some stage at this particular place on this particular date there is a my lord, there are digital lockers, locks, etc. my lord. I have given, my lord, that detail. There is a 7-layer security, 7-layer safety features. Which,
And now, what has come on record now, I'm straight away coming to that. It was dispatched on 24th of April 24. I'm sorry, 28th of April to.
But you just said 24th. So was the date of this?
With regard to Hazaribagh,
No, one thing we want to know. Let's be clear on facts. Was the dispatch for all centers, all cities on the same day?
Yes, let's from the printing press, but let's destinations are different across the country, including Andaman Nicobar. It takes separate time. So we have
That you're right, but for the dispatch across the country, did the papers leave the printing press on the same day?
They start leaving it. They start leaving. They start leaving depending on the distance between 24th April to 28th April. They are dispatched from the printing press.
may I explain that system, my lord, how it starts and how it is received by the center?
So the printing press basically distributed the answer sheets and the question paper.
There are two printing presses because there are two papers.
Right.
One of them is to be chosen.
Right. So the two printing presses started distributing the question papers between the 24th and the 28th.
In different cities.
In different cities.
24 to 3rd May for others with regard to Hazaribagh, 28th to 3rd of May.
For dispatch?
Yes, my lord. Dispatch for Hazaribagh, they say in the affidavit, anti-affidavit, my lord, I just want to read, because in deference to my lord's direction, that how it was transported, you specify. They have filed a reply. I want to read one paragraph of the my lord, NTA additional reply, page 6. My lord, NTA additional reply. In my case, my lord. Transportation of question papers to custodians. My lord. I'll just read it and
Lord, I am not
then
this
demonstrate.
adversarially, this would help you also. Understand the system.
Please let me read it and then.
All right. Where is the NTA additional reply page?
My lord, page 6, my lord,
958.
which deals with NTA additional reply, my lord. This is 10th of July.
PDF page 953 in Vanchika Yatram transportation.
This is 10th of July, my lord, in Vanchika Yadav affidavit.
Yes.
Lord, may kindly see page 6 bottom. They're talking of Roman 8, transportation of question papers to custodians. So the sealed trunk was handed over to a reliable all India logistic company for transportation and when dispatched based on distance of examination center across the country. The sealed iron trunks for Hazaribagh, Jharkhand were dispatched on 28th of April 2024. The authorized company loaded the sealed iron trunks into a dedicated closed body vehicle and an electronic lock was put on the door along with one-time seal. The moment of this vehicle was tracked by the logistic company. The truck has also the digital lock with a GPS tracker giving real-time information. Just a minute, please.
531 market.
body vehicle with electronic locks. And on 3rd of May, this paper trunk was found to be traveling in an e-rickshaw, open to sky, being delivered at the Oasis School. And there is a photograph on record, shows the principal who has now been arrested by the CBI is receiving the trunk, not the SBI bank, but the Hazaribagh school principal. The affidavit before this honorable court is factually incorrect and doesn't even capture that basic part. Here, they say on 3rd of May, page 7, the last bullet of this para, the sealed iron trunk were delivered to the concerned custodian SBI Bank at Hazaribagh, Jharkhand on 3rd of May and was kept in a safe vault by the bank. The bank received the trunks and gave an acknowledgement to the logistic company. Now, Lord, straight away, allow me to come to my supplementary submissions, Lord, which I have placed even the photographs on record, showing that where this trunk was being taken in an e-rickshaw, open to sky with one driver.
Can you now formulate your submission? You're saying that now, you have seen now the broad lay of the matter. Your contention is the leak is absolutely widespread and systemic.
Now,
how do you formulate your submission?
Lord, what I say is, because this honorable court pertinently asked them a question.
No, but just formulate it. Just formulate. We're not able to get your point now. We've seen the broad.
There is a systemic failure in conducting the examination by NTA.
And the multiple failures, Lord, if I enlist.
Failure is multi-dimensional, and if I enlist serial wise, Lord.
Yes, just tell us.
Yes.
The transportation of the question paper got compromised when for 6 days the question paper remained in the hands of a private courier company. And in support, I have to say about the evidence on record indicating that the question paper for this examination was being transported in an e-rickshaw 2 days prior to the examination.
At Hazaribagh, no?
At Hazaribagh. On 3rd of May. And instead of it being taken to straight away to the bank, probably there was no clarity on the direction where the question paper will go. So the e-rickshaw driver took it to the Oasis school.
No. That's not what.
If your lordship,
I will read that.
Lordships read the caption below the picture. I'll intend is let's perhaps not reading that.
Where are you reading?
That's the same picture which is being displayed on the
Let me read just one news item and show this newspaper. Page 12 of my written.
Just a minute.
My supplementary submission, Lord, may kindly have for a moment. That will clinch it.
That only I am reading.
Just read.
Allow me to read.
He says that these are the question papers, but picture shows.
Lord, may kindly see page 11. Lord, may just
OMR sheets.
OMR sheets. After the examination.
It is the 3rd of May. Lord, may allow me to first read, Lord, Annexure B at page 11 of my supplementary submission. This news item and then the photograph, Lord, I will show that.
Incorrect version of the situation may not be. My affidavit is with regard to.
Huda, now you have to formulate what your point is. You said
yes, Lord,
that there was a systemic failure of NTA in conducting the examination. 1, transportation was compromised. The packet remained with a private courier company for 6 days and transported in an e-rickshaw at Hazaribagh on 3 May 2020.
3rd of May 2000, which was received by the principal and instead of the custodian, that is the SBI. And now the information with us is that this principal of Hazaribagh has been arrested for being a conspirator in the leak. He was part of the NTA. He was a city coordinator.
Then what is the next point?
The next point is the dissemination of the leaked paper was happening from 3rd of May itself, and the evidence of the chat on the Telegram, etc., indicate that the sold paper was being circulated on 4th of May, not 5th of May.
Where do we get that?
Lord, with regard to that, Lord, I have two submissions. One, Lord, in my submission, Lord, what I had said was that there is a flame blare channel which had disseminated the sold paper.
Where is that?
Lord, a question paper. Lord, that I have, Lord, if I can straight away show my first note, Lord, I have said it. They have responded to my first note, thankfully, and they are not commenting on that. I want to read, Lord, page 6 of my first note.
Where is the first note?
Lord, 10th of July note, which was filed in deference to my Lord's direction that it should be one comprehensive note. Where I say, my Lord, correct. Flame blare. Written submissions, para 2, systemic failure.
Yes, you filed reply also to that note. Yes, yes, filed a reply.
Principal note, my Lord, which we submitted 10th of July.
Heading reads as relevant list of dates.
No, written submissions which we have filed on 10th of July. It's a combined written submissions.
We have
It's a
not,
collated one, my Lord. There are only two, I believe.
you filed reply yesterday for that note also.
Yes, you filed reply also to that note.
Yes, yes, filed a reply to that note.
Yes, yes. Lord, there is one heading, systemic failure. This compromise the sanctity of examination.
Question paper was circulated on Telegram channel.
That's right, Lord. Question paper was circulated on a Telegram channel one day prior to the scheduled examination on 4th of May 2024 at 12 a.m. This breach of security has raised significant concerns regarding the integrity of the fairness of the examination process. Given the nature of social media and modern communication platform, it is impossible to accurately determine the full extent of leak and identify all beneficiaries. Information shared on social media spread rapidly and uncontrollably, reaching an extensive audience within a very short period. This phenomenon makes it extremely challenging to segregate the pinpoint the individuals who may have gained unfair advantage. Screen recording of a handle named Flame Blare. Lord, we have this video. Now, in response to this pleading, Lord, they have filed a written note yesterday. They don't talk about it. They don't comment on it.
See, the only thing is which you have to bear in mind as a matter of robust common sense. The idea of somebody who was doing this was not just to make
a national charade of the NEET exams. The people who are doing it were in it for money.
Correct, correct.
Right?
That's right.
It is not people who wanted to sort of bring the whole exam into disrepute.
Correct.
What you would do to bring the whole exam into disrepute is to have a massive dissemination.
This became public.
So
Only after
why
the
would
examination.
right? Somebody who was doing it admittedly, as it now appears, to make money out of the process.
That's right.
Therefore, anybody who was making money out of it he would not circulate it on a mass scale unless he has that network to also connect with other people. Like you have, say, 10 people across in 10 different cities in the state who are all involved in the leakage and being part of the conspiracy to make money. So, is it your case? I mean, we have made a point, note of that point, that this was circulated on Telegram on early morning on the
4th of May.
4th of May at 12:02 a.m. So the whole of 4th went.
Correct. All of 4th and then on 5th, because the examination is on 5th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Actually, my friend is not correct. We have replied to this in our additional affidavit also, as well as written
Film
reply.
clear.
When was it actually put on the Telegram channel?
Telegram channel, our stand is it is a doctored video. Edited is shown in the picture itself, which we have placed on record along with our.
But this is another thing.
And the time
Let me
is
complete it. If I can complete.
Please. 5th May, 1740 is the time of this minutes video.
Not this one.
Let him show minutes that video he is talking about. We have got this.
Telegram channel has an inbuilt feature. If you made some changes or you tamper with it, then that change is also reflected. And therefore, we came to know that this was somebody had circulated after the examination.
Yes, sir. I will show that video and what they are trying to say and demonstrate that it is factually incorrect.
1740, Manoj,
Yes,
540.
If I can, my lord, straight away invite my lord kind attention to NTA additional reply, my lord, what the Learned Solicitor General is saying. Page 24 of NTA additional reply, my lord. There is, this is another Akash test series they have bought. We didn't know that. But they say there was another channel which was circulating.
And they say this circulation happened post the examination. And what is the basis to say so? Let me explain it, Lord. Kindly see page 24 of this NTA additional reply. Now, Lord, this is the original screen
at page 1, page 24, which shows paper.
Of India.
No, my lord. This is, my lord, additional affidavit of NTA. My lord, it is a screen like this, my lord, mechanism. It will be a screen like this.
Page?
Page 24, my lord. Annexure A2.
976, yes.
Annexure A2.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my lord, kindly see the second half of it, where date May 4 is written.
Right.
And then there is a paper being shown in this chat. Now, at the bottom of it, my lord, that red circle, they say this is edited. This is edited. But paper is being shown on 4th of May on this Telegram channel.
The date is appearing on the top.
And at the bottom of this document, kindly see the circle they have done it for facility.
Circle indicates what? The answer.
Yes, circle, they say, indicates that this message is edited.
Edited 901.
And so maybe time is edited. This is their argument. And the real time is, kindly see the next page. They say this is the real time. Now I will explain. Page 25, they say the time is 5/5/2024, 1540, 1740. There is a fundamental flaw in this argument. One argument is, my lord, whenever a Telegram channel document is pressed for edited, it can swap the document, but the time will remain the same. Receipt of a document, it is a watermark.
If on a Telegram channel, I receive a document, I want to edit it. I can swap the document, but the time will not change. This is one. They say the time is changed, which is impossible. Now the next page 25, the time they are giving is not the time of receipt of a document. It is a watermark.
Yes, I hope my audio is clear. சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டில் இப்போதைக்கு இந்த என்கொயரிஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது போயிட்டுருக்கு. அட் ப்ரெசன்ட் தே ஆர் டிஸ்கஸிங் அபவுட் த மோட் ஆஃப் டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட்டேஷன். கொஷின் பேப்பரை எப்படி டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது. ஏப்ரல் 24 மே 3 வரைக்கும் கிட்டத்தட்ட 9 நாட்கள் ட்ராவலிங்கில் இருந்திருக்கு இந்த கொஷின் பேப்பர். அண்ட் இந்த கொஷின் பேப்பர் 2 இடங்கள்ல 2 ப்ரெஸ்ஸில் பிரிண்ட் பண்ணப்பட்டிருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறத சாலிசிட்டர் ஜெனரல் வந்து இது பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, சப்மிட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அண்ட் இது கிட்டத்தட்ட 9 நாட்கள் கேப்பில் இது போகுது. அண்ட் தேர் வேர் 7 லேயர் ஆஃப் சேஃப்டி சிஸ்டம் இன் த ட்ரக். அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ண அந்த ட்ரக்கில் வந்து 7 லேயர்ஸ் ஆஃப் சேஃப்டி லேயர்ஸ் இருந்துச்சு சொல்லி சொல்கிறாங்க. அதெல்லாம் தாண்டி தான் அந்த கொஷின் பேப்பரை டேம்பர் பண்ணுறதா இருந்தால் எடுக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ ஜிபிஎஸ் ட்ராக்கிங் இருக்குது, சீலிங் இருக்குது, டிஜிட்டல் லாக்கர்ஸ் இருந்துச்சு. அண்ட் இதெல்லாம் இருந்து தான் அவங்க வந்து டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணோம், ஒரு ப்ரைவேட் கொரியர் கம்பெனி மூலமாக டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொல்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் திஸ் வாஸ் ஃபாலோட் பை NTA, நேஷனல் டெஸ்டிங் ஏஜென்சி மூலமாக பின்பற்றப்பட்ட வந்த இதை வந்து அவங்க அஃபிடவிட்டாகவும் தாக்கல் செஞ்சுருக்காங்க. ஸோ அதை தான் நீங்கள் இப்போ ஸ்க்ரீனில் பார்க்குறீங்க. உங்களுடைய ஸ்க்ரீனில் பாட்டம் சைடில் லெஃப்ட் சைடில் அது இருக்கும். ரொம்ப சிறுசாக தான் இருக்குதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். I'll try to maximize it so that it will be a good thing. ஸோ இது நம்மளுடைய அஃபிடவிட், அவங்க ஃபைல் பண்ண அஃபிடவிட்டாக இருக்குது. ஸோ இதில் இருந்து அவங்க என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க அப்படிங்கிறத பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, கொஷின் பேப்பர் லீக் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து அந்த இடத்துல மட்டும் நடக்கலை அப்படிங்கிறத சொல்கிறாங்க. அது போக அண்ட் மே 3 தான் அந்த ஸ்கூலுக்கு போச்சு இல்லைங்களா, அந்த ஸ்கூலுக்கு போனப்போ அந்த ரிக்ஷாவில் தான் அவங்க வந்து எடுத்துகிட்டு போனாங்க. ஓப்பன் ஸ்கையில் தான் ட்ராவல் ஆச்சு. அண்ட் திஸ் ட்ரக் containing papers was found traveling on a e-rickshaw on 3rd May in Hazaribagh under the open sky, and it was received by the principal of the school. The CBI arrested the principal. The NTA affidavit does not refer to this அப்படின்னு சொல்லி போட்டிருக்காங்க. CBI அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, ஆனால் அதை பற்றியெல்லாம் NTA அவங்களுடைய அஃபிடவிட்டில் வந்து மென்ஷன் பண்ணலை அப்படிங்கிறத சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அண்ட் சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் ஃபெயிலியர் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து நம்மளுடைய அட்வொகேட் லாயர் ஹூடா வந்து சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அண்ட் அதை வந்து நம்மளுடைய சீஃப் ஜஸ்டிஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியா கேட்டுற போது, யுவர் கன்டென்ஷன் இஸ் தட் த லீக் இஸ் வைட் ஸ்ப்ரெட் அண்ட் சிஸ்டமேட்டிக், ஹவு டு யூ ஃபார்முலேட் தட் அப்படிங்கிறத அவங்க கேட்டாங்க. ஸோ அதுக்கு தேர் இஸ் அ சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் ஃபெயிலியர் இன் த கண்டக்டிங் ஆஃப் த எக்ஸாம் பை NTA. ஃபெயிலியர் இஸ் மல்டி டைமென்ஷனல், சீரியல் வைஸ் அப்படிங்கிறத சொல்கிறாங்க. Transportation of question paper was got compromised, and for 6 days question paper remained in the hands of a private courier company. 6 நாட்கள் இந்த கொஷின் பேப்பர் ஒரு தனியார் கொரியர் கம்பெனியின் வசத்தில், அவங்க கைவசத்தில் இருந்துச்சு அப்படிங்கிறத சொல்கிறாங்க. கொஷின் பேப்பர்ஸ் were transported in e-rickshaw in Harizabad instead of being it delivered, they are taken to the bank. ஆக்சுவலாக இதெல்லாம் வந்து பேங்க்கில் தான், கேனரா பேங்க்லேயும் SBI பேங்க்லேயும் ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுருந்ததாக சொல்கிறாங்க. அந்த பேங்க்கில் டைரெக்டாக டெலிவர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பதிலாக டைரெக்டாக ஸ்கூலுக்கே அந்த ரிக்ஷா டிரைவர் வந்து கொண்டு போயிருக்காரு அப்படிங்கிறதையும் சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்து அவங்களுடைய அஃபிடவிட்டில் இல்லாத விஷயங்கள். பெட்டிஷனர் தரப்புல இருந்து இதெல்லாம் வந்து சொல்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் அந்த ரிக்ஷாவினுடைய ஃபோட்டோகிராஃப்ஸ் கூட இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறதையும் அதை வந்து சொல்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் ஹி வாஸ் அ பார்ட் ஆஃப் NTA அண்ட் சிட்டி கோஆர்டினேட்டர். அந்த பிரின்சிபல் அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணாங்கன்னு சொல்லி நம்ம கூட கொஞ்ச நாளுக்கு முன்னாடி வீடியோலாம் போட்டோம். ஒரு எக்ஸாம் சிட்டி சென்டர் கோஆர்டினேட்டர், NEET NTA எக்ஸாம் கோஆர்டினேட்டர் பிரின்சிபல் காட் அரெஸ்டட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு வீடியோ போட்டிருந்தோம். அந்த நியூஸை பற்றி தான் இப்போ பேசிகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அண்ட் dissemination of the leaked paper was happening on May 3rd itself. Evidence of Telegram videos shows that the solved paper were being circulated on May 4. டெலிகிராமில் நிறைய வீடியோஸ் வந்து May 4th அன்னைக்கே ஒரு சில பர்டிகுலர் சேனலில், மேபி நீங்களும் கூட அதை பார்த்துருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன், அதில் வந்து அந்த கொஷின் பேப்பர்ஸ் வித் சால்வ்டு கொஷின் பேப்பர்ஸே வந்துருந்துச்சு அப்படிங்கிறதையும் சொல்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் அதில் அந்த டைம் ஸ்டாம்ப் அப்படிங்கிறது எடிட்டட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி NTA தரப்புலேருந்து சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. அதை பற்றி தான் இப்போ டிஸ்கஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது போகுது. Given the nature of the social media, it is impossible to accurately determine the exact spread of the leaked papers and the beneficiaries. என்னுடைய ஆடியோ உங்களுக்கு கிளியராக இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். I hope my audio is clear. So தேங்க்யூ. என்னுடைய ஆடியோ கிளியராக இருக்கா? எஸ், தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் ரெஃபரிங். அண்ட் கொஷின் பேப்பர் சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் லீக் ஆனதுனால அது எந்த அளவுக்கு போயிருக்கும், எத்தனை மாணவர்கள் அதில் பயன்பெற்றிருப்பாங்க, பெனிஃபிஷரிஸாக எத்தனை பேர் இருந்திருப்பாங்க அப்படிங்கிறத ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுறது கஷ்டம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பெட்டிஷனர் தரப்புலேருந்து சொல்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் NTA டஸ் நாட் டாக் அபவுட் திஸ் இன் த ரிட்டன் நோட் ஃபைல்ட் எஸ்டர்டே. நேற்றுக்கு ஃபைல் பண்ண அஃபிடவிட்டில் இதை பற்றியெல்லாம் தெளிவாக நிறைய விஷயங்கள் சொல்லலை. ஆக்சுவலாக 10ஆம் தேதி ஒரு நமக்கு வந்து இதுக்கு முன்னாடி போன ஹியரிங்க்கு முன்னாடி என்டிஏ தரப்புலேருந்து ஒரு அஃபிடவிட் ஃபைல் பண்ணாங்க இல்லையா, நேற்றுக்கும் கூட ஒரு அஃபிடவிட் ஃபைல் பண்ணியிருந்திருக்காங்க. அந்த அஃபிடவிட்னுடைய சாஃப்ட் காப்பி நமக்கு கிடைக்கல. பட் அதை ரெஃபர் பண்ணி தான் இன்னைக்கு நிறைய டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது போயிட்டு இருக்கு. அண்ட் சிஜிஐ சீஃப் ஜஸ்டிஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியா ஹானரபிள் ஜஸ்டிஸ் என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா, ஐடியா ஆஃப் சம்படி டூயிங் திஸ் நாட் டு மேக் அ நேஷனல் charade of NEET exam. People were doing it for money. Therefore, anybody who's making money out of it won't circulate it mass scale அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஹானரபிள் ஜஸ்டிஸ் வந்து சொல்றாங்க. ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் லீக் பண்ணது பணத்துக்காகத்தான் அவங்க வந்து அப்படி செஞ்சிருந்திருப்பாங்க. ஒரு சிலர் செஞ்சிருந்தாங்கன்னா பணத்துக்காக தான் செஞ்சிருந்திருப்பாங்க. அண்ட் பணத்துக்காக செஞ்சிருந்ததாக இருந்தா ஒரு பெரிய ஸ்கேலுக்கு மாஸ் ஸ்கேல்னா ஒரு வைட் ஸ்ப்ரெட் நடக்கிற அளவுக்கு அப்படி ஸ்ப்ரெட் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஹானரபிள் ஜஸ்டிஸ், இந்தியன் ஹானரபிள் ஜஸ்டிஸ் சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு பாயிண்ட். இதே பாயிண்ட்டை தான் நானும் கூட பல வீடியோஸில் தொடர்ந்து சொல்லிட்டே வந்தேன். காசு கொடுத்து கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் வாங்கின ஒருத்தன் வந்து சும்மா ஃப்ரீயாக எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஓசியில் ஃப்ரீயாக கொடுத்துட மாட்டான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நிறைய வீடியோவில் பேசியிருந்தோம். இன்னைக்கு ஹானரபிள் ஜஸ்டிஸ் சொன்ன பாயிண்ட்டும் அதே தான். therefore anybody who is making money out of it won't circulate it in mass scale அப்படிங்கிறதையும் சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் when was it put on Telegram channel அப்படின்னு கேட்ட கேள்விக்கு our stand is that it is a doctored video. என்டிஏ வந்து என்ன சொல்றாங்க அப்படின்னா, இது வந்து ஒரு எடிட்டட் வீடியோ, அது வந்து இது பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, மார்ஃபிங் பண்ணியிருக்காங்கிற மாதிரி சொல்றாங்க. டெலிகிராம் சேனல் as an inbuilt feature that if there is a change it will be reflected. From that it is known that it was circulated after the exam. அந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் வந்ததே வந்து எக்ஸாமுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் அப்படிங்கிறது என்டிஏ தரப்புல இருந்து சொல்லப்படுகிற இது. இந்த டெலிகிராம்ல வந்த வீடியோ ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட்ஸ்ல அந்த வீடியோக்கு கீழே இருக்கக்கூடிய டைம் ஸ்டாம்ப் இதெல்லாமே வந்து எடிட் பண்ணப்பட்டிருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறது என்டிஏ தரப்புல இருந்து சொல்லப்படுகிறது. பெட்டிஷனர்ஸ் என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, இல்லை எக்ஸாமுக்கு முன்னாடியே அந்த வீடியோ அப்படிங்கிறது வந்துருச்சு அப்படிங்கிறத சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ இதுதான் இப்போதைக்கு இருக்கிற அப்டேட்டாக இருக்குது. ஸோ மோஸ்ட் ப்ராபப்ளி நமக்கு வந்து கூடிய சீக்கிரத்தில் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்ல இருந்து இன்னைக்கு நீங்கள் விசாரிக்கிறது எல்லாமே சந்தோஷம்தான். பட் இன்னைக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டை சொல்லிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா அது நல்லா இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் நிறைய மாணவர்கள் எதிர்பார்த்து காத்து கொண்டிருக்கிறாங்க. இன்னைக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆர்டர் அட்லீஸ்ட் டு கண்டக்ட் நீட் கவுன்சிலிங், மெடிக்கல் கவுன்சிலிங் ஆரம்பிப்பதற்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு இன்டரிம் ஆர்டர் வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா நல்லா இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறது மாணவர்கள் பெற்றோர்கள் சார்பாக எதிர்பார்க்கக்கூடிய ஒரு கோரிக்கையாக இருக்குது. ஸோ நீங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கிறத கமெண்ட் செக்ஷனில் கூட நீங்கள் டைப் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் ஜாயினிங். மாணவர்களும் சரி பெற்றோர்களும் சரி இப்போதைக்கு வந்து எல்லாத்துக்கும் இருக்கிற ஒரு பெரிய கேள்வி என்னன்னா, ரீ எக்ஸாம் நடக்குமா அப்படிங்கிறதான். ரீ எக்ஸாமை பற்றி இப்போ வரைக்கும் பெருசாக பேசலை. அண்ட் கவுன்சிலிங்கை பற்றியும் அவங்க இன்னும் பெருசாக பேச ஆரம்பிக்கல அப்படிங்கிறதான் சோஃபார் இருக்கிற முக்கியமான விஷயமா இருக்கு. ஸோ அகைன் த லைவ் ஹாஸ் பிகின். ஸோ தொடர்ந்து நம்ம சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டினுடைய ஹியரிங்கை கேட்கலாம்.
9 a.m. Now they want this honorable court to disbelieve this date and time with the next page showing. Lord, may kindly see the next page. Next page, page 45 is not the date and time which can ever appear like this in a Telegram channel. It is a watermark. If I click a picture, Lord, now they the date and time on. I photo it. Then it will appear that the photo is taken on this time and this date. Kindly see the watermark. It's not a date and time appearing on the telegram. Date and time appears like the one it is appearing at page 24. This is how they want this honorable court to believe this. And this is something other than the flame blare, which we have found and seen the video.
What else now?
Yes. Now, with this, allow me to come back to Hazaribagh, just one news item to demonstrate that how it is an admitted thing, almost admitted thing that the paper is leaked on 3rd of May. Allow me to come back to my supplementary note for a moment. Page 12 of
where I had shown the edit.
Page 11. Yeah. My supplementary note. I have only two notes. One the main note and the other is supplementary note. Where I had shown the edit syllabus.
Yes.
Yes, page 11. Allow me to read this news. The Central Bureau of Investigation probing the NEET UG paper leak case on Friday arrested 3 persons, including principal of so and so, vice principal of the Oasis School, Hazaribagh, and interrogated 13 suspects arrested by Patna police at so and so jail in Bihar capital. The CBI sleuths also visited so and so with 2 accused to explore the potential involvement of Rocky, nephew of alleged mastermind Sanjeev Mukhia, in the case. The principal and vice principal of Hazaribagh School, one of the center for the exam conducted on 5th of May, were arrested after 3 days of the questions involving more than 60 hours over the allegations of tampering of question papers. The identity of the third person could not be ascertained till the time of filing of this report. 3 arrested persons will be produced in CBI court in Patna. CBI had seized cell phone, laptops, school CCTV camera footage with the assistance of forensic experts on Tuesday. According to sources, the CBI uncovered crucial evidence from the 3 months call records obtained from Huck's phone, which led to his arrest. Huck, who served as the district coordinator for NEET, had earlier expressed concern about a potential leak originating from a private courier company and the SBI that the breach might have occurred at their end. The CBI, which was initially concentrating on the route from the office of the private courier firm at so and so to CBI main branch, Julu Park, shifted its focus after analyzing CCTV footage. The footage confirmed that no tampering occurred along this stretch, leading to CBI to suspect Huck, who consistently provided the same response during questioning. Sources told TOI that CBI's attention turned to Oasis School, located on Mandai Road near Kalu Chowk, and its staff. The agency began gathering digital evidence and uncovered that e-rickshaw had gone directly to Oasis School on May 3, instead of proceeding to the CBI main branch, where it was supposed to be stored in the strong room. CBI sources said that at the school, the aluminum box was tampered with and the packet containing the question paper was removed. A glue stick was used to reseal the package containing the question paper. The Economic Offences Unit, which had been investigating the case before it handed over to the CBI, also corroborated these findings according to the sources. But allow me to skip this. Now kindly see the next page, at page 14. I'm sorry, this is page 14, and then 15 is this e-rickshaw and the principal of the school, who has been arrested now for tampering with the trunk and seal, etc. Page 15. But this is the e-rickshaw. In the affidavit, they said that it is called sealed vehicle, covered and sealed vehicle, guarded, and where all sort of security. Now, this is how
Students pay for the NEET exam.
Pardon?
How much does each student pay for the NEET exam? 1,700 rupees.
Reserved category was how much for the reserved category?
3,200
1,700
for the reserved category.
general category.
1,700 for the general category, and reserved category 0.33 lakh students into 1,700. How much does it work? Sorry.
when they have transported these boxes in an e-rickshaw with one driver, there is no guard.
Nobody would pose with a photo, to pose for to be photographed like this if these are question papers. This is a part of the process. When you hand over or take over something, you pause with the receipt, etc. This is OMR sheets, not question paper.
That's 1700 for the general. General EWS, OBC and NCL is 1600.
From the exam,
The expense rates.
how much do you make in terms of revenue for this?
Revenue generation. It's about 400 crores and the expenditure is about 300 crores.
Mr. Solicitor, you engage a private courier company?
Lord, your lordships may allow me to show that the checks.
There is no CCTV in the centers. There is no toilets in some of the
We are not
areas
on
where-
toilets. There are
66%. There is no CCTV.
CCTV footage is.
Fourth, if I can straight away read just one statement. That statement is in.
My main note, dated 10th of July, just one statement, allow me to read from there.
You are reading Anurag Yadav's statement?
I'm read, yes.
Yes, that your translation is wrong. I have got the original in Hindi.
Okay.
Then
I
it's
believe
wrong on a very crucial point.
in Hindi. I believe.
It's wrong on a, not alleging anything.
Okay. So this statement indicates that my uncle dropped me on 4th, right? The paper leak was on 4th.
That's not a.
One statement with you.
Who gave you this? Yes. In fact, because so many people are circulating this material on social media from everywhere, but though the candidates here are less, but the anxiety on a social media and the kind of students who are affected by it, but not coming forward to file a petition before this honorable court. They are supporting all these petitions, and this kind of a material is being supplied. And even the officers, the other day, I had placed on record the press note of Bihar Police. The IG Police gave that press note. Now, subsequently, they say they have backtracked. The thing is happening in this case. So let them deny that these are not the correct. This is what they say. In the counter affidavit, they say that this is not a certified copy of 161 statement, and hence it should be discounted from the evidence.
லைவ் சேட்டில் நீங்கள் போட்டிருக்கிறபடி தான் அவங்களுடைய கமெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது ஒரு பக்கத்தில் நல்லா தான் இருக்குது. பட் அவரும் ஏதாவது பாயிண்ட் வரட்டும் பேசுவாருன்னு தான் பார்க்குறேன். பட் பேசுவார், கூடிய சீக்கிரத்தில் பேசிடுவாருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பார்க்கலாம்.
हिंदी वाली
हिंदी वाली सर्टिफाइड
हिंदी वाली लेके हिंदी वाले स्टेटमेंट मांग लेंगे सर. हिंदी वाले स्टेटमेंट मांग लेंगे सर.
According to you, the leaked question paper was in the leaked mode on the 4th itself. Correct. Lord, I would say 3rd because for a reason. Let me give a as per their affidavit, they say all questions papers were deposited with the SBI and Canara Bank on 3rd of May.
Right.
And thereafter it was taken out of the wallet of the respective banks on 5th of May, 8:15 a.m. on 5th of May.
And according to them, the leak occurred then.
No, they don't say, they are in a denial mode. Now, what I say is, if the leak has not happened during the custody of the banks, then the leak has either happened on the day of the examination or on third or prior to third. There is no leak between 3rd and 5th because the question papers remained in the custody.
Also, I mean, possibly, if the, according to them, the leak takes place sometime on the morning of the 5th, according to them by...
Yes, they don't say...
They say that the student, what they say that the
students were made to memorize.
Memorize on the 5th
now
morning.
Now that the memorize...
One second. If the students were made, according to them, the students were made to memorize on the 5th morning. All right, according to them. If then, why is the chap behind you saying no to everything that I say? We also read our brief.
Sorry, yeah.
According to them, the students were made to memorize. That means prior to the 5th morning, somebody had solved the question papers.
The whole argument, I'm so grateful.
If somebody had solved the question papers, it certainly doesn't go to the 5th morning.
Correct.
It has to go at least to the 4th, 5th night, night between the 4th and the 5th.
That's right.
In which case the leak has occurred sometime prior to the night of the 4th and 5th.
I'm so grateful.
And so, which means that their question is, when did the papers get leaked? Yes.
That's what I was saying. Look, I would say, if they are certain that leak has not happened when the question papers were in the custody of the banks, then certainly the leak has happened on 3rd or prior to 3rd.
Before the questions were given to
deposit, because
before they were given to the bank.
Or correctly, that's right. Before they were deposited with the bank. Everywhere in the entire country, their stand is the question papers were deposited with the banks on 3rd of May. And in their custody, it remained in a wallet and no bank officials are accused and have been arrested. There is no allegation against bank officials.
By the way, in the ordinary course, before the exam, when were they supposed to leave the vaults of the bank? Exam is at 2 o'clock on
15 in the morning.
Right.
They say that the center head will go collect paper. Now, there is another systemic failure, let me point out simultaneously, like in Bahadurgarh. So the head went to both banks, SBI and Canara Bank, collected paper from both banks, whereas he should have collected paper only from one bank. And
now tell us one thing. Please. There are two possibilities, distinct possibilities. One, the paper gets leaked before the questions are lodged in the custody of the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India, which means that the leak has taken place before the 3rd.
Correct.
3rd, they were all safely with State Bank and Canara Bank.
Correct.
The alternate hypothesis is that the leak takes place after they are distributed from the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India and are bound for the centers.
Listen, now that is a remote possibility for the reasons, Lord. They're
between 8, going by their hypothesis, between 8:15 in the morning and 10:15 when the students were, according to them, given the papers. Right. It's very unlikely that in 2 hours the questions were solved and then
everything and they were made to memorize. This is impossible.
So the alternate hypothesis appears to be more logical according to you. That the leak occurred even before the question papers were lodged with the...
That's right. Thanks. Correct. That is my respectful submission.
The State Bank of India and Canara Bank.
Unless it is their case that the leak happened when it was
the leak has happened between sometime before the 3rd. Or on or before the 3rd. Then between the 3rd and 5th, there's a fairly long period of time.
That's right. During the period, it was in the custody of a private courier company, where they were taking it into rickshaws and here and there for days together. For days together in private hands. again. So what is, since when was NTA established?
2017. It was 17, but the first NEET exam they conducted in 2019.
But 2019 onwards, the questions have always been handled by private companies or private couriers?
In the route, en route, no, there are checks. And if any courier company or any employee of a courier company tampers with the vehicle in which Malad is transporting the trunks, Malad, it would be registered on a real-time basis with digital footprints. I'll be able to show.
But how is the digital footprint not available here then?
It's not. The CBI has investigated that there is no tampering en route.
Why no? There is no tampering
en route.
Then where does the tampering take place?
No, there is no. Not the tampering.
Hey, don't laugh. I mean, this is we are asking a serious question. This is not. We are not trying to poke fun at the argument or anything. We are trying to understand it.
No, I understand. Anyway, let us.
According to where does the leak take place?
No, there is no leak which has taken place.
No, okay, where does the breach take place?
There is a breach which has taken place where we have the timings, we have the CCTV footage of someone going inside the particular center. That's what I wanted to show to your Lordship.
So, what time does that take place?
Yeah, yes, my Lord, it is 9. Oh, give me the first report. Lord, it's a part of my. Between 8 to. Between in the morning 8 to 9:23. The person goes in, photograph the paper, and comes out. And thereafter, my Lord, your Lordship will find, my Lord, investigation.
But 1 second. Assuming that happens between 8 and 9:20, we have to test this hypothesis in the ordinary course of things.
Yes.
According to you, the students got the question at about 10 o'clock, 10:15.
After 10, after it was solved.
Is it likely this questions, there are 180 questions.
Yes,
right? Is it possible that in 45 minutes between 9:30 and 10:15, they would have problem solvers preparing the answers to 180 questions and then putting it together for the students in 45 minutes?
Look, they got 1 hour and there were 7 solvers. I can't divulge all this information. It's a part of my report. There were 7 solvers. They demarcated 25 questions each. And I can tell you, Lordship, Lord, why they were required to memorize. Lord, if we are, all of us are sitting in one classroom, the 180 plus 20 questions would be same. But the number of the question would be
jumbled up.
Different.
That's right.
My question number 1 would be his question number 8. So nobody can give a answer sheet ready that A answer is D, B answer is C. They will have to memorize. And so far the investigation has been able to identify 18 students, and because of this lack of time from 10 to 12, because they were asked to go back to their centers, they have to report to the center.
But this is also the whole hypothesis that within 45 minutes to an hour, not only was there a breach, but the entire question paper was solved in a space of 45 minutes, and then given to the students.
Within 1 hour.
It used to be very far-fetched. In 1 hour, all that happened.
Within 1 hour, and there were 7 solvers, and 7 solvers bifurcated questions.
So, according to you, the leak, the breach occurred when the
8 to a.m. in the morning, to 9:23 in the morning.
It was taken out. So the papers left the vault at 8 o'clock, 8 to
9:23.
Excellent.
They didn't have much time, therefore.
But what time did the papers leave the vault of the State Bank of India or Canara Bank, whichever bank?
7:30, which is under the videography, we have, under the CCTV, we have recovered the footage, and there is no.
So 7:30 they leave the bank.
Yes.
After that, the paper
They
is.
bring it to the center.
What time does it reach the center?
5 minutes.
From Hazaribagh.
7:45.
Sir,
And since the
no, Patna में भी तो होगा ना कोर्ट. So still, but assuming that it was 8 or 2 to 9:30.
just to show, I'll be able to show it to your lordship. And that is why, that is the reason why, because the students got only 2 hours to memorize the questions. I'll be able to show that. But out of 18 students who are identified, who are brought at a particular place, only one student is getting possible admission. But of course, now he would be facing the debarment, etc. Only one.
But there are about 225 students totally involved. 225.
No, but I cannot give the figure, but it would not cross 150. That's our estimate. And I will be able to substantiate these facts, my lord, by the very meticulous investigation conducted.
Sure.
My lord, the person who went inside for the purpose of breaking is arrested. The
CBI second report.
Lord, I would request your lordships, my lord, to closely scrutinize the CBI appeal, status report. Lord, if your lordships can, my lord, may I request? May I request in report number 1, kindly read from para 27 onwards.
Now see report number 2.
Yes.
Report number 2.
Yesterday, my lord, it was filed yesterday. Would your lordships consider?
113.8 at page 13.
Second. Your lordships are on para?
Page 13, para 113.8.
Yes. The total number of candidates so and so from the around so and so. Therefore, my lord, I said that it would not cross roughly, my lord, 150. And at every stage of the travel route,
113.8.
113.8.
Just read it in your mind.
Yes. That's all.
That's all.
Around 150.
This is your figure.
Yes. Therefore, I said my total would not cross 150. Check.
It's between Patna and Hazaribagh.
Patna and
what is the distance between Hazaribagh?
It is at a distance. Lord, the one gang member who was also at Hazaribagh, Lord, sent it by WhatsApp.
How much? 240.
It is 240 around. And their model is, my lord. Their model is not to allow students also to take photographs because if it leaks, well, they have been given, this is crucial. The parents have given post-dated checks.
I'm started at what time? Sorry,
Lord, para 50 of first report, my lord, if your lordships can see on this in this context. My lord. Page 19.
That works again. Even 15 questions.
Unless a request to once again go through, my lord, these two reports. My lord, their modus operandi or business model, my lord, whichever way we put it, is they ensure that the paper is not leaked and given to students whose parents have given post-dated checks over and above the advance money. So that if it leaks and spread into thousands of people, then the examination is cancelled and they will not get anything. So students were recalled for the purpose of memorization, were asked to keep their mobiles out. They also purchased, but I don't wish to divulge much, it's mentioned there, my lord. They are in custody.
That's love.
We are not adverse to the petitioners, my lord.
The problem solvers been arrested by the CBI?
3 of them yesterday. Today also something has happened.
Doctor settings.
Sorry? Doctor settings. Don't. Now you say medical students. Earlier you said doctors. Why are you doing this?
Doctors or medical students that is very simple. But yesterday, I don't know what has happened today. It's an evolving situation. Because their investigation will show us when they got the question papers.
Yes. You know, I'll tell you one thing. What is worrying us is how much was the period between the time when the breach occurred and the time of the exam.
Not
the shorter it is, the less the likelihood of a widespread dissemination. If that time period is say 3 days, then obviously that there's a greater danger of. If that time period is say about 4 hours, then the only question is
the petition not adversarial to them.
Second, I mean, we have to also look at it this way. Does somebody pay say 75 lakhs of rupees for 45 minutes? They go into an exam.
Not that much also. They will not. It's not, the figure is also not.
The question is, would they then seek to recover the...
Para 105, also first report.
105, no? Maybe, because... so this is post-dated, yes, not meritorious. The parents underestimated. It is really not a painful thing. It is a painful thing. When we went, I can't share all this, we went for interrogation. But some girls' engagement was going. Are considering whether it is a localized event which can be identified student-wise or it is a widespread.
Mr. Huda, tell us one thing. Is there any evidence? Or, I mean, we are conscious of your limitations also because the investigation is still going on. Investigation is still unfolding. Is there any material to take, any material to indicate that a similar pattern was replicated outside Patna and Hazaribagh?
No.
Lord, there is only one instance. Lord, in Godhra, that OMR sheet thing, they say that the plot was that the students will leave the OMR sheets unmarked, and in the time between time for examination is over and before it is deposited, the geography lecturer, Mr. Tushar Bhatt, he will do the filling and will deposit it. The common sense suggests that he can't do it as a geography teacher unless the paper is already leaked. He has the ready answer so that as soon as the paper is given to him, he sit down and do the mark.
Godhra, ultimately nothing happened because the district administration stepped in.
That they prevented it by arresting the person before he could do the needful. But the question is, there was people from different states had come to Godhra to let the machination fructify. So the people filled that center pertaining to Karnataka and all other states from the Odisha, Karnataka, etc.
How many how many students? Just 1 second. Godhra, how many students appeared?
In total, not the students, but
nobody is getting admission.
We can't.
Nobody is getting admission.
What has happened?
Nobody is getting admission because it never went to successful fruition.
That's right.
What has
But tell us one thing. Totally, Godhra, how many centers were there? Just we just wanted to.
I'll just follow. In the meanwhile, what happened in Godhra? My learned friend is right. There was a person called Tushar Bhatt. He was the center superintendent, in charge of that center. He assured students that you pay me this amount. What I will do is, I'll ask the physics teacher and chemistry teacher to fill up the answer sheets. Whatever you can answer positively, you are confident, you answer. Otherwise, leave blank because...
Who is Tushar Bhatt?
Tushar Bhatt is he's a physics teacher.
Center superintendent.
Himself is a physics teacher and he is a geography teacher.
If I read correctly, it's a geography teacher.
I'll just check up. That's what he is. Physics teacher and geography.
He was like the invigilator at the center. He was the invigilator at the center.
In charge of the center, but the physics.
And it is alleged that after the students had filled in their OMR sheets,
he would get
the blanks would be filled in by him.
This information was, my lord, came to the knowledge of district magistrate and district education officer.
But this was a month before, but I had shown the email a month before this information was given.
So Godhra has nothing to do with the paper leak per se.
My lord, therefore,
Except that what they are saying is that if the center in charge had made that representation, obviously he had the answer somewhere.
no, what he said was that they are also arrested.
But were any of the solved question papers recovered from the center in charge in Godhra?
He was not permitted, my lord, because the officers came at 2 o'clock on.
Said was that they are also arrested.
But were any of the solved question papers recovered from the center in charge in Godhra?
He was not permitted, my lord, because the officers came at 2 o'clock on. They sat through the exam. And in their presence, they ensured that everything is sealed and sent. So those who kept blank remained blank.
And now from totally, how many students appeared from Godhra? Totally. How many centers were there in Godhra? 2 centers in Godhra. How many total number of students in Godhra? 2513.
And how many from outside came?
I'm just going to come to 2513 in the 2 centers. Now, out of the 2513, how many come within the cutoff for 1.08 lakh seats?
How many are likely?
Around 12 minutes.
Just a second, I'll just write. Godhra, 2 centers. 2513 candidates. And how many
come within that 1.08 lakh, the last cutoff?
12, my lord.
12.
12.
About 18.
18.
One center 12, another center about 6. We have given this pattern of mark distribution also. Their performance also is below average. That is that PDF page number 1016.
How many students at Godhra out of the 2,513 had come in from, who had changed their centers?
Please see, the 14 could do it. Its application was done by about 36. It was not allowed for bill on account of non-availability. Only 14 were allowed change of center.
Is there anyone getting out of
No.
Out of 14, nobody is getting admission in there. 1,08,000.
Who originally applied, somebody from
Mr. Hoda, that even Godhra seems to be a sort of a localized, see, Godhra
issue more than
Godhra it never went through. In the sense that before they could do anything, there was arrest.
Yes, Lord. My submission is not that
Right.
actually the cheating has happened in Godhra, but I say the leak footprint was not confined to Patna. The
It came to
paper had
Godhra.
gone everywhere, and
Not
there was
everywhere. We at least now we take your point that there's a likelihood that the leaked answers had traveled to Godhra as well.
That's right.
But Godhra, there is one clear distinction that the students had no opportunity to put their.
Lord, somewhere they are caught, somewhere they are not caught. Something
No,
is
but
noticed,
Godhra, no.
something is unnoticed.
Godhra, nothing. Godhra, there is no wrongdoing at all eventually.
Yes.
Because before they could, because the process was not the students memorizing the question, but
It was
the center in charge putting the right dots.
But Lord,
That never took place in Godhra.
Lord, here this honorable court is considering the question whether the leak has a widespread footprint or not. Now, this is one of an indicator that this Mr. Tushar Bhatt had the answers beforehand so that he can do it. So it's a possibility.
A possibility cannot be ruled out that he had the sold question paper.
Godhra?
Yes.
Apart from
Seven months. Even physics and chemistry teacher who was supposed to
put the dots, to answer the questions, but they are also arrested.
I see.
And with Mr. Tushar Bhatt, who, it's a case of cheating. He cheated the students, that you pay me 10 lakhs, I'll do this.
It's a case of malpractice, but it assumes that they had the benefit of the answer sheets.
That's right.
The solved question paper.
That's right.
Because those physics and chemistry teachers who were to fill in the
blanks, they would also have, they will not do it on the spot. They would have the pre-prepared swab.
Mr. Bhatt said, Mr. Bhatt said, Mr. Bhatt said, I would have 3 hours before I seal the answers. So he gave it to the students or the parents.
That was his representation.
That is his representation, based upon which he recovered some money.
Mr. Huda, from what we have now, I think we can wrap up your submission because we are the other side.
Just quickly wrap up
Now,
in 10
it
minutes.
appears that Godhra, I don't think we can say is an example of a very widespread
I have just
case.
one thing to point out.
Because there is no evidence to indicate that actually that scheme went through. In which case, as of now, we find that there is only wrongdoing which has taken place in Hazaribagh and Patna. To postulate that, on that basis, then the only thing which we are left with are the statistics.
And
That 61 students got 720 out of 720. Out of 61 students, as we now know, 44 got it because of that award of full marks, treating both the options of a question as correct. Can we cancel an examination only on that basis?
Yes,
that's the
let
point.
me very
Or is it something which falls short of the threshold which requires the court to cancel an entire examination?
Very rapidly give me my view. A month before, admittedly, College Kaka, which I pointed out on the first date also, wrote to NTA that College Kaka is a counseling center on 3rd of April 2024, more than a month before this exam. He indicated that this scam of OMR sheets being filled up later is going to happen. Please take care. The email is received on 3rd of April. In their response now, they say the email from the entity College Kaka subsequently has been forwarded by NTA to the appropriate concerned authority for investigation and necessary action. So this conspiracy was already a month before hatched.
From
I'll just do it.
One more angle, this Mr. Bhatt, Tushar Bhatt, would have the question paper from 2 o'clock onwards, not after 5. One of his students can give it to him. And they would start solving it. And thereafter, that was his idea of committing fraud, and therefore he started approaching parents of his knowledge. We have recovered 30 post-dated checks.
Lord,
If my lords wanted to know.
Rapidly, my lord, wrap it up.
Whose center was changed, which they say is pre-planned and conspiracy. Not even a single candidate has come. What you may add that also.
Lord, the story they are giving to this honorable court that the paper was collected from Hazaribagh at 7:30 and 240 kilometers in the transit. There was a breach, and on that breach, everything happened. Paper was sold.
I don't think that is the case.
Well,
It's
that's
not
the case.
Mr. Solicitor, is it your case, Mr. Kaushik? Which was being transported from Hazaribagh?
Yes.
No, not from Hazaribagh.
Where?
It traveled to Hazaribagh to one of the gang members.
Lord, that is
It happened in Patna.
Lord, Lord, it's a school.
Oasis school is in Hazaribagh, your Lord, right? Where this breach happened.
But the breach occurred in at Oasis school, according to you.
And we have the CCTV footage.
That
The
the school
footage
is 3rd of
before
May.
8:02 a.m., where both the trunks are like this. After 9:23, both the trunks are.
And what about the Patna breach?
It is linked.
Linked to Hazaribagh. Under para 50, my lord, if you're not
No, but therefore, the Hazaribagh, the leak occurred in Oasis school, according to you.
Yes.
But in Patna, how is it linked to Hazaribagh?
The gang was seen. If your lordship sees para 50 of my first report.
Lord, 3rd of May, the Hazaribagh, it reached 3rd of May.
For para 50.
School.
Page 19. Chintu is Hazaribagh. This Chintu is Patna. Yes. And they ensured, my lord, that they purchase a new mobile with a new SIM card so that there is no further leak.
I'm not sure. 45 minutes, the whole question paper can be solved. So the primary breach occurs at Hazaribagh.
Yes.
Where the questions, the solving also takes place at Hazaribagh. It's relayed to Patna and then disseminated at 10:15. So that means between 9:30 and 10:15, the entire 180 questions were solved.
After
Is the Patna FIR. The Patna police who first launched the FIR at 6 o'clock. They say we were tipped off by our people by the police in Hazaribagh. We catch that man there. That man tells us that we were on the previous evening itself. We were taken to this play school and all this was memorized. And what came in the NEET exam was exactly the same. So therefore, the leak, it has reached Patna on the 4th.
No.
The FIR. Please read the FIR. Please read the Patna FIR.
Is the final copy.
The Patna FIR, the Patna police,
My lord, would your lordship?
It's the Patna FIR which is crucial. And by
Do we have the case diary of the Patna police?
The Patna police has submitted. They have submitted a report.
My lord,
which is an EOU report to the ministry. That report has not been placed before your lordships because the CBI takes over on the 22nd of June.
Huh?
Or before that, the investigation was done by Patna, by the EOU. The EOU submitted a comprehensive report which is not before your lordship. Your lordships compares that report with what the CBI has done. Many more questions will arise.
Now, let me answer questions rather than arising questions. And please don't.
Please summon that.
We are in the court, not on the screen. Please see. Para 50.
My lords, that's an unwanted thing from the Solicitor General.
Anyway, my lord, para 50 at page 90.
That's not.
At 10:15 a.m.
Mr. Mehta.
Anyway. At 10:15 a.m. on 5/5/24, so-and-so received NEET solved exam question paper number so-and-so. Your lordship knows, my lord, there was a burnt question paper which was found by Patna police. And burnt question paper had the center number. Question number so-and-so.
Which Kumar accesses it in OA?
This Lord, Lord, may I say something? Lord, para 51 also. One part goes at 10:35. Lord, at the outset, Mr. Hegde is a dear friend. We pull each other's legs, but this was unwarranted. Leaving it at that. Lord, half of the question, my lord, paper was received at 10:35. Your lordship would find page 21, the photograph. They burnt the question paper because they didn't want that to travel anywhere else because that was their the source of money. But a part was, my lord, fortunately recovered, which contains this 6136488. This is the center number of
Hazaribagh, how many centers were there?
5.
Five. Just once, yeah, I'll make a note of that.
So students were also, my lord, from all over the centers. The leak is at one center, but OS is, my lord, but
Centers. Totally, how many students in Hazaribagh?
one. Many have by the candidates. Acha, total candidates.
Total
candidates. That
Five centers, 2,736. 736.
2736.
How many candidates would now fall in that 1.08 lakh? How many of those 2,700 would have qualified for admission? Because you see,
One thing is clear, they are not in the first. Lord, kindly see, my lord, report of the IIT Madras.
that you got 56,000 are for the government medical colleges, the rest
Yes. Hazaribagh or Patna, my lord, doesn't find place there. So possibly, very few would be, my lord, selected.
in the 1.08 lakh candidates, how many? We want to now see, because admittedly there has been a breach at Hazaribagh and Patna.
It's from all 5 centers, those who would be able to qualify are around 80 only.
1.8.
80, 80.
8.
यहाँ से देखना पड़ता है
How many centers in Patna?
I'll give you
Lord, in first 60,000, earlier, in first 60,000, 60, in 2023, Patna had 1993 students. I am reading from the report of the IIT. Now it has come down to 1561 students. First 60,000. Thereafter, my lord, I'll.
Now this time Patna, how many centers were there? 7 centers. They are saying 7.
12 centers.
12 centers. And totally how many candidates?
I'll give you exact.
कंटिन्यू करना है
हाँ बे नहीं वो तो फर्स्ट 100 लेकिन फर्स्ट मतलब those who will be qualified
continue on Monday at 10:30, so that we'll take this before we take our, so by lunch we would have concluded the matter on Monday. So we would like to have a copy of the Bihar police report. If that can be circulated. EOU.
Now, there are two. One is local police. Thereafter, it was transferred to EOU. I'll place both.
So let both be placed, and if they can supply us.
So we'll take it up on Monday at 10:30, and we'll do our miscellaneous board Monday post lunch. Hopefully we'll finish this by lunch.
I think.
My lord, Advocate Darbara here. I have like two requests, my lord.
Counseling can be stayed, because the counseling they have slated.
Counseling takes 3-4 months. But
It will take it after 2 days, basically.
we dare to declare counseling, my lord, and it would start from 24th of July or something. My lord, I must bring it to your lordship's notice. It may not happen, my lord.
We are taking it on Monday itself. We are now taking it on Monday itself.
Please.
Lord, we consider declaration of the result, because not entire data, what they are talking about, we can't really corroborate it until if they can.
From the last time.
I will satisfy lordships. No examination declares, because this is individual's personal property. My lord, it's
UPSC does it.
UPSC also does not. UPSC does not. I satisfy.
And why not they?
My learned friend appears for you.
But what if you declare put the results,
That
minus the names with only the roll numbers?
Yes, we don't remember center.
I'll just check the
center.
Sorry? Center and the roll numbers.
I would sit with them and examine. But now, my lord, what exercise, my lord, my learned friend wants your lordships to.
Or you can even do this. You can have masked roll numbers, so that no identity of a student is disclosed.
Yes.
So you can have masked roll numbers, in the sense you can have dummy roll numbers, but in a sequence.
In a sequence and center.
Center wise.
That's it. So that we are also able to apply our mind and maybe assess this honorable court better.
You can mask the center also. Yes. Center and roll number. Identity of the student. No? There is one.
It has been submitted that it would be appropriate to direct the National Testing Agency. We have heard Mr. Huda, Learned Senior Counsel, appearing on behalf of the petitioners. Full stop. However, during the course of the discussion in open court, we have also had the benefit of brief interjections by counsel on both sides, including by Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General, and Mr. Kaushik, Learned Senior Counsel, appearing on behalf of the NTA. Full stop. The petitioners have submitted.
No, I am to be argued.
Yeah. The petitioners have submitted that it will be appropriate if the result of the UG 2024 NEET examination is published on the website by NTA, so as to bring about some transparency on the center-wise marks obtained by candidates.
No, center then are identified.
Sorry?
Center and number will match.
Without center,
In each center, there are 5,000 people.
Keep it.
In a center, there will be 5,000 people.
We direct NTA to publish the marks obtained by students in the UG NEET 2024 examination, while at the same time ensuring that the identity of the students is masked to preserve.
Identity at the center. We make it city.
Identity of the students is masked.
Something to say. Yes, sir.
Center, please let them. You see, because that's the basis on which they may be able to perform.
They have analyzed
some trends, etc. If they can't, they fail. But at least there's a sense of.
We are undertaking an exercise, my lord, from the reverse. That now let us see whether there is without any material. They have not shown any material of any material.
See, what is happening actually, Mr. Solicitor, what is happening is this. In fact, the reason why we were engaging in a very detailed line of inquiry is because the fact that there was a leak, at least in Patna and Hazaribagh now, is
a leak.
Yeah, but there was a leak in the sense that there was
leak.
the question papers, the question papers had been disseminated before the exam. That is undoubted. Question which we are now wanting to consider is whether this was only confined to these centers, in which case there is no question of a retest, or whether this was more widespread. Now, the students have a certain degree of handicap because they would never have the kind of data which is necessary to prove.
Data goes to the coaching centers, and there are several problems. This is not just students with which we are dealing with.
No, that's right. There's no difficulty. Therefore, we are not saying that you publish we want the students' identity to be masked because we don't want students to be approached. You can have dummy roll numbers, but in a series for those students, so that no student's identity can be diverged.
That is sufficient safeguard.
But let us see center-wise what was the mark pattern.
Yes, that's right.
At the end of it, Mr. Kaushik, even if they fail, we will have the satisfaction, they will have the satisfaction of having done their duty.
That's right.
But if the data does reveal something which has not appeared to us as laypersons, as judges, they will assist us at least. We'll
so grateful. Let me discuss. If there is no difficulty, the losses will not come.
What is the difficulty?
Ensure that is first.
Investigation is concealed from us. The result is concealed.
The result should be declared in relation to each center separately.
But we fix a time because ultimately they don't. If
This exercise may be done. This exercise shall be done.
Kindly have city. So there are reasons.
Let it be.
Argue that.
My lords, they have declared top 100 everything.
Yes,
They have given it to IIT Madras, my lord. They have given their analysis.
Madras, but we have given because they are not private.
City and center wise, we'll say city and center.
My lord, your lordship.
We will say that this may be, the results will be uploaded by 5 p.m. On tomorrow, on Friday.
Great.
Let them have an opportunity to, at the end of it, we'll see what is it.
The center wise can be deferred till.
No, we'll let it be done. Otherwise, we have to see the end of the matter by Monday. Let them, so yes, Mr. Venkatam.
Let's kindly make it day after tomorrow. It was 24 lakhs minutes. It will take time to compile in that manner. Yeah.
Click on the button that you can get. They have given already. By Saturday 12 noon.
My lord, there is a great urgency, my lord. It's not about me. It's about my lord, MSME. And my lord, High Court passed an order in the morning, my lord.
Email.
No, my lord.
Our batch circulate an email. That's what we do to everyone.
My lords, if I may mention an intervention in the current matter, please, Vanshika Yadav, sir.
Who's mentioned?
Me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we submitted our document on 16th morning. For some reason, it did not show in listing. This represents students from MP, from rural backgrounds and backward classes who have gone through great hardship to go through their NEET exam.
You don't want a repeat, right? Or you don't
We
want a
just
retest.
want that whatever decision comes, we seek an interim relief, my lords, that if a retest is ordered, in case a provisional counseling can be provided, that would be great. If a retest for any
Very
reason is
premature
ordered,
at this stage. Very
some sort of
premature.
exemption may be made, sir.
We are in the course of hearing the matter. We haven't formed an
Sir, so if the application may be kindly taken on record, I'll be very obliged.
application. You mean your petition?
The intervention application, sir, we filed it on 16th itself. However, it has not shown on record.
Yes, it's no difficult.
Obliged, sir.
Yes, Mr. Venkatam.
Third tax is listed today. Income tax part third batch.
Income tax, we will take it on Tuesday.
Lord, my only request, your lordship can take it, but there's a battery of counsels to argue that side also. Will your lordship kindly hear, because being a part third, we are not able to go to any other court. No, we're not able to do work here. We are really stranded.
Tuesday morning, Mr. Venkatam.
At first matter and us first.
Yes,
That's the only request, my lord, because it is always listed first but goes last.
Actually, throughout my career, I have followed the practice. Overnight partner comes first on board. But this matter.
Well, I understand. Well, if there is a time constraint, your lordship can even adjourn it, but we're not going to anywhere. That's a difficulty. We have to say that.
Tax matter first, Tuesday go first on board.
Right.